I was someone who was on the fence still before I watched this documentary. I've grown up with Michael Jackson's music and it's always been a huge influence in my life. Some of my favourite songs are Michael Jackson songs. In the weeks leading up to the airing of this documentary, Leaving Neverland, I decided to look back over the previous allegations against him, some old clips of people involved and witness interviews from over the years. Now combined with the new revelations from Wade Robson and James Safechuck in this new documentary, it has left me in no doubt, in my opinion, that Michael Jackson did indeed abuse children. And I'm going to go over a few points as to why I think that is the case. The first thing that I want to talk about here is age regression. This is when a person, usually an adult, reverts back to a childlike state of mind as a coping mechanism to deal with depression, anxiety or PTSD. Although I could not find out during my research, it is my belief that Michael Jackson sought therapy for such problems, and this coping technique could have been introduced to him by a therapist. The abuse by Michael Jackson's dad towards him and his brothers is well documented, and coupled with such huge fame and busy lifestyle, it clearly affected him in a serious way. He always talked about never having a childhood and never growing up like Peter Pan, hence Neverland. I think Michael Jackson adopted this state of mind as a way to avoid taking responsibilities for his actions in later life. Body language is a huge giveaway to whether someone is lying or not. Body language experts are used in many cases to identify if someone is lying and to help convict criminals. I'm not an expert, but I know a few things are clear signs of when someone is lying. In this interview with Wade Robson, there are textbook examples that anyone can spot once you know what to look for.
Describe your relationship with Michael.
It's a real close relationship. It's both sides friendly and business. We love each other both very dearly. We're just real good friends. We love each other both very dearly.
I can't quite work out what he stopped himself saying there, but he did stop himself saying something and then, quickly changed the subject. It's not a definite that he is lying, but he's stopping himself saying what first comes into his head.
How did you feel when you heard that a boy was alleging that Michael had abused him?
But that head shake there is a definite indicator to lying. When somebody quickly jerks or shakes their head just before giving an answer to a direct question, that is a surefire way to tell that somebody is lying.
I was shocked too, and I think it's sick, because I know Michael well enough that he wouldn't do anything like that. I know that for a fact. He wouldn't do anything like that. I know that for a fact.
And this over-exaggeration of his facial expressions and his words, again, it's like acting. It's trying to really convey to you that I'm telling the truth here, and what I'm saying is true. Whereas you can blatantly see that he is lying. So this is a reason that I do believe him now. When I look back at the old footage, I want to see, well, does it look like he's lying there? And to me it does. It looks like he's lying.
He wouldn't do anything like that. I know that for a fact.
In my opinion, the account given by Adrienne McManus, a maid that worked at the NeverLand branch, is highly credible. She testified against Michael Jackson in his 2005 trial, but later admitted that she had also lied under oath in that trial by withholding the full details of what she saw at Michael Jackson's home, and later revealed that she had received $300 after the trial for staying quiet, a gift from Mr. Jackson. I'm going to play a few clips of a TV interview with Adrienne describing what she saw. In my opinion, she is taking a large risk by admitting that she lied under oath, and I can't see that she has anything to gain from coming forward other than to help the victims get justice. And I also just want to say that her descriptions are quite graphic, so if you don't want to listen to that, then I'd skip ahead of this little section right here now.
I started realizing, thinking, wondering, when he was taking baths with him. They were sleeping in his bed.
But there's sleeping and there's sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the worst kind of sleeping with children.
Yes. I know the truth. I was there. And when I would go in the next day, there were little boys' underwears either on the floor with Michael's or they were in the jacuzzi.
So you were suspicious as soon as you saw that?
Yeah, I got suspicious. And then I would find underwears also in his bed. I did find underwears that were men's briefs in the walk-in closet. And they were, I don't like to say this, they were like crunchy, hard with yellow stains all over them. I didn't know who they belonged to because the little boys started wearing Michael's briefs and they would leave their underwears inside his drawer. There was a lot of Vaseline at NeverLand. Sometimes it was found in the golf carts when Mr. Jackson would take off with the boys.
Vaseline?
Yeah, Vaseline. And there was a lot of Vaseline in Michael's bedroom. It was actually all over the ranch. They were sitting on his laps, the kids. I just saw a lot of maybe fondling, him maybe rubbing his hands and kids' hair, kissing them.
When you say fondling?
Hugging, kind of petting the kids.
Petting the kids where?
Kind of by the rear end. I didn't think it was appropriate because they're not his children, you know? I just didn't think it was right.
Did you ever talk to anybody about it?
You know, I signed a confidentiality agreement.